What's the best thing that happened to you in truth or dare? In high school, I was dared to play gay chicken, which is where two straight guys pretend to be gay, and the first one to chicken out loses. The other guy and I are both really stubborn, and neither one of us wanted to lose. We've been married 14 years and we run a bed and breakfast in Vermont without adopted daughter. If that dude doesn't chicken out soon, I'm going to start to suspect that he's actually gay. Was dared to catch a frisbee in my teeth from across the yard. So, walked outside and across the yard. Girl wound up, threw the frisbee. Figured this ought to be funny when it bounces off my face, and as a total effing fluke, actually caught it in my teeth. Similar story. I was the annoying kid in 6th grade and my friends bullied me. Once some kid was talking so we started arguing. Then he threw a grape at me. I caught that in my teeth without breaking eye contact. I have never been so powerful. We dared this girl to give a friend of mine a lap dance using the first song that came up when he shuffled his entire song library. Seems pretty normal until she had to give a 3-minute lap dance to Cats in the Cradle. Shari was dared to spend 10 minutes in a dark room, nearby den, with the guy of her choice. She chose me. Turned out to be a setup. Her best friend knew that Shari had a crush on me and made this happen. Anyway, it was the hottest, fastest makeout session to date for me. We were both naked above the waist and she had her hand in my zipper. At 10 minutes there was an unwelcome knock on the door. Crush sat on my lap the rest of the game. My little soldier had a hard time staying focused. Good times though. Best and worst feeling ever. Don't pop a boner. Don't pop a boner. Lol. I had some chick sit on my lap. She had some extremely thin gum shorts and I had regular gym shorts on at a school football game. There was no avoiding it. But her response? She centered right on my lap instead of sitting on my knee leg. F it. Might as well let it ride lol. I got to grab a girl's boob under the shirt. I was 16 and it was awesome. I got to motorboat a girl's tits. It was in a hotel during a school sport trip. My best friend knew I liked her and did me a solid. Wasn't me but a girl was dared to mirror what I do, so I made her hug a guy I knew liked her. And for all the people saying I should have blown him, she only mirrored what I did, so I would have had to have given the air one top tier blowjob. Not much, but a friend of mine earned the nickname Big Dick Chris or BDC for short after a game. Was sitting outside at a college campus and was dared to yell I love you to the next person I saw. I did and this dude yells it back and keeps walking. We go back and forth getting louder and louder as he walks off. Best reaction ever. So not best, but a truth or dare story nonetheless. 5th grade. Crush gets dared to kiss me. Crush looks at me and goes you are gross. He's fat. And that was that. If this is going to be copy and pasted in a BuzzFeed article, please include this. F you, Larry. I was about 12 at a friend's sleepover. I was dared to go home by a kid who didn't like me too much. I walked the 2 miles home and as I came to my driveway my older brother had just pulled in. He had 3 baby raccoons with him because he had hit their mother while delivering pizza. I got to spend the rest of the night with him. 3 raccoons and a cheese and pepperoni pizza watching Nightmare on Elm Street. A guy told me I was beautiful and that he was too shy to always tell me that cause he thought I was way out of his league. Are you out of his league? No, absolutely not. In fact, he was very cute. We came close but he shifted to a different state soon and we just kinda moved on from that and settled on being friends only. Found out a girl had a crush on me. Unfortunately it was the girl I hate. That's effing sad. I now got to see a hot girl's tit imprints in the snow. Not too impressive I know, but teenage me had that picture engraved in my head for a while lol. I was at work, high school job at a department store, and the 4 of us in my department were playing truth or dare. Mostly dumb work stuff like go mix up those shirts. Someone dared the girl who had a rep as being experienced, who was a couple years older than me, to give me a blowjob. She told me to take break with her. I played along. We went to her car. She actually blew me in the store parking lot. In the 7th or 8th grade, I was going back and forth with my friend with a bunch of re-skate airs. Flash your boobs, show her my dick, make out with each other, dry hump, etc. I eventually just went for it and dared her to blow me and she did it. I remember being so hard that I barely even felt anything initially. Girl got dared to spin the bottle and give a blowjob to whoever it lands on right in front of everybody. The bottle didn't point at me, but I had a nice view right next to the girl it did land on. Apparently, she had experience dining at the the Imca. Young man, this girl's about to go down. I said. Young man, giving head on the ground. I said. Young man, cause the bottle spun round. There's no need to be unhappy. Young man, you are in for a show. I said. Young man, even if you're not blown, you can stay there, and I'm sure you will find that watching is still a good time. F. Ed a Bush, George or Jeb. I was allowed to join the game. Group us were in these tunnels that we like to hang out in, and our friend was dared to give me a blowjob, which she actually did. Best 10 seconds I ever had down there. Ended up dating on and off for the next 2 years or so. Apparently I played some lame versions of Truth or Dare. I went to an acquaintance's birthday. We spoke maybe 10 times prior. After a while she was down to just her bra and panties. That's when she was dared to seduce me. Well, she was kind of awkward, so her version of seduction was just to tackle me while we were both near naked. That was a great night, and we're celebrating our first year of marriage next weekend. Someone dared me to kiss a lady that I happened to have a thing for anyway. It was a very long time before we stopped kissing. Dated her for 3 years. Great lady. Always a little sad it didn't work out. I was a late bloomer in HS. By the time I realized I may be attractive to anyone, it was over. Our senior year party for an art magnet school. We played this. A girl I had a fairly solid crush on. Popular. Cheerleader. A good friend. Was asked who she had fantasized about, and I was the answer. Blew my mind. Gave me the guts to ask her out. It was a horribly awkward silly lunch date. Built my confidence a lot heading into college. A silly story, but it was a good one. I never got to play Truth or Dare, but I did play Duck Duck Goose. It was not fun sitting there the whole time. Truth. What's the most interesting place you've had sex? I've never had sex, not in a bed. Oh, do I have a 2001 Grand Am backseat for you? I had a 2001 Grand Am backseat for her. I'm way late, but the first day I met my wife we played a game of Truth or Dare. She asked me, Truth, what kind of clothes on a girl do you like? Then the next day she showed up to my house in those clothes. Cute girl pulled her pants down and full on sat on my face for a solid minute. I chose Truth every time because I was super boring and had nothing to hide. I got made fun of that weekend. But Monday morning the nasty wannabe popular bee went around spreading everyone's secrets. And the ridiculous dares they did. Everyone except me. Boring for the win. Hijacking to share my worst. When I was in high school, we played Truth or Dare Jenga. I was the first to get a dare piece and I did the dare. I had to blow in some guy's ear. Fine. A little embarrassing, but that's what you do. The next time a dare came up, the person refused to do it. Everyone was like, okay. The next few people also refused to do their dares. I was like, WTF? One girl said, nobody actually does the dares. With a withering tone that might as well have said, you idiot. F those guys. Those guys were weak. At least you did it despite the embarrassment. What's the point of calling it Truth or Dare if that's the case? A girl. I didn't have a crush on her, but she was nice. Flashed me. She also let me fondle her boobies. I know it's lame considering some of the responses here, but that's what I got. So my hair is pretty long. My friends used me as a mop to clean the wet floor. It was a fun idea. Wasn't fun, but remembering it is ahaha. Sex house. I am now a respectable employee at a respectable company that would be thoroughly appalled at my past. But when I was at university, there was a house a couple of streets down that was essentially orgy central. And it all started with a game of Truth or Dare. I got to watch my middle school friend. It was winter. Go down to the yard, strip to boxes and run a lap around the yard. Needless to say, we were all impressed and hysterically laughing. He did this in the middle of class BTW. I played Truth or Dare in a pub in my hometown. It was pretty normal for me and my friends and their friends to play that there because none of us were afraid to do anything except getting naked or something like that. I got a dare to kiss a girl to my right. Decided not to do so even though she was up for that. Later that evening I saw her with her boyfriend. I am relieved that I decided to dodge a bullet there. My then girlfriend dared our friend to do some sex stuff with me. I ended up leaving then GF for that girl. Me and that girl have now been together for 8 years, married for 3, have a beautiful daughter and hopefully another on the way soon. Best truth or dare game ever. I was 16 and my group of friends were sitting in a sauna. Everyone was covered up by a towel. When one of the girls said we should play truth or dare, I got dared to show my dick to one of the girls, so we went out to the changing room showers that is attached to the sauna and I showed her my dick and she gave me my first hand job, and later that night we had sex. Ended up together for about 6 years before I found out she had been cheating on me like a lot.